Hello and welcome back. Here we go. We're going to take a look at lesson 4.07. We're going to continue to work on our 1-point perspective room, and we're going to look at adding doors and windows today into our composition. So let's jump right in and get started. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and, I already have my File Explorer open. We'll close it. I'm going to click down here on File Explorer to open up this window. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Documents, go to Digital Art, find our 1-point perspective room project, and I'm going to right click and tell it open with Paint. All right, so there is our project we've been working on. We have our vanishing point still in the middle, and now today we want to add some doors and possibly a window or two, or maybe more, to our composition. So we are avoiding drawing anything on the back wall. When we think about drawing things here in our composition, we want to start drawing things from the foreground to the background. So I am going to place my doors close to the foreground, which is closer to us, because I'll be drawing through them otherwise, and that will create more headache and detail in my rest of my drawing. So I am going to start drawing here in the foreground. We're going to start by doing a door first. So I'm going to start by using the line tool. I'm going to click on the line tool and make the shape or the size of it 1 pixel wide. I'm going to start by placing my door at the bottom of the floor line, and I'm going to draw straight up, holding that shift button to make that perfectly straight. Now you decide how tall you want your door to be. Do you need it to be that tall? Is it super close to the baseboard? Should you leave a little headroom? Or is it a small door maybe? It's a dog door even. What are you going to do? So I'm going to go somewhere about there for the height of my door. Click off the line to set the line. I'm going to click on my vanishing point, draw across to the top of my door. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the left side. Where do I want, or I'm sorry, that would be the right side of the door. So I'm going to click on this diagonal top that we just created. And you decide, is this a double door? Is this an opening? What does this look like so far? So I'm going to go somewhere here, and I'm going to go all the way down. I don't want to stop at the baseboard. We want to get rid of that baseboard inside the door, go all the way to the floor line. Right there. Lovely. Okay, now that looks great, but we're going to add some detail to this door because it's kind of basic. So let's add some trim. We can put the trim on the outside of the door or on the inside of the door. I didn't leave very much room over here, so I think I'm going to put it on the inside for right now. So I'm going to start here at the top, and I'm going to draw down to my floor line. I'm going to click off that line. I'm going to click on my vanishing point and draw over to the top line. This is pretty thin trim. It's thinner than I would usually do. Let's undo. I'm just not happy with it. All right, so I'm going to put the trim on the outside of the door, and we'll just have it extend over further than we see. So I'm going to start down at the bottom here. It's the same process. I'm going to draw up. I don't know how tall yet, so I'm going to just kind of draw that up. I can always erase, set that line. I'm going to start at my vanishing point, draw over. I want to make that trim look like it makes sense. And then the far trim line would be off the page, so I'm not going to draw the other vertical there. At this point, I'm going to take my magnifying glass and I'm going to zoom in, get my eraser tool. I'm going to erase lines beyond my trim, heading back to the vanishing point. I'm also going to erase lines inside the trim here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. My trim line would not go through my Control-Z, through my trim on the door. So I'm going to get rid of that for the baseboard line. And my baseboard would not be inside the door either. So I'm going to get rid of my baseboard line here. There, and on the outside trim piece. Okay, I'm going to zoom back up because I did know that I didn't go all the way to the vanishing point with these top two lines. So I'm going to neatly get rid of these as well. All right, I'm going to zoom back out so we can see our door. Beautiful, lovely. We have a door over there. And again, you can add more details. You can add a doorknob if you want it to be a closed door, but that is your basic door at this moment. On this side of the composition, I am going to add a window. So we're going to start by using our line tool. I'm going to start by drawing the right-hand side of the window. I'm going to hold that shift button. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to take from my vanishing point up to the top edge and from my vanishing point to the bottom edge of that window. Nice. Now, how wide do I want this window to be? So this is a perfectly straight vertical line. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to say I want my window to stop about here. So I'm going to hold the shift button, draw a perfectly vertical line. Perfect. Now that's my window. Again, we're going to add some trim to dress this up. I think I will put the trim this time on the inside because I made a pretty big window. So I'm going to add a vertical line here on the right. I'm going to start at my vanishing point and draw up across. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. And then I'm going to do the right side. So I'll click here and straight down. That's a little bit narrow. I don't like that one. Let's make it a little bit thicker. Big and chunky is my friend here for this detail work. Okay, looks pretty good. I have a window. So I'm going to zoom in with my magnifying glass. Click on my eraser tool. And again, we draw, we erase and clean up. We draw, we erase and clean up. And when we make a mistake, we hit Control-Z to undo that mistake. Remember that every pixel counts. We are going to erase this line going from the window, beyond the window, whoops, Control-Z, back to the vanishing point. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to do the same thing underneath. So beyond the window, and here, don't need that one. Oops, I do need the one right beside it though. And I don't need these lines inside. I am missing a pixel right, I'm missing multiple now, undo. I'm missing a pixel right there that I have to come back and adjust. It is best not to have to freehand pixels in, but one is not a problem. Okay, you will be graded on neatness, and that is a factor here. So this one here, I just need one pixel there to close that off. I'm going to make sure all of it is closed off. All right, let me zoom back out. All right, I have a door, very basic door, and I have a very basic window. You can also add lines from your, like blind lines or cross or division in your window. You could add more lines to dress it up and give it more detail if you like. All right, folks, that's a door and a window, very basic. Let's go ahead and put a doorknob on over here. So for a doorknob, all I would do is use either, probably my circle tool, and just draw a circle shape. Now technically, it should probably be more ovaled as it's going back into space. So I think I like that a little bit better. And that's it. And then eventually we'll add color to that so that it is a little doorknob on your screen. All right, so I'm going to hit the save button in the top right-hand corner, make sure everything is saved. And again, dress these up, add detail, make these as creative as you want. We're going to go ahead and take our screenshot for the day. So I'm going to go down to my Windows button. I'm going to go to Snip and Sketch. I'm going to click on New. And I'm going to start in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to click drag down across, get most of that program, file name up at the top and our canvas. Once that opens in our snip and sketch tool, I am going to save this snip. Hit the save button. I'm already in the right folder, but just double check that you're in Documents, Digital Art, Screenshots, and this screenshot that we're doing today is going to be the 4.06. Actually 4.07 screenshot. And I'll hit save. At that point, I am going to hit the copy button up at the top so that I have that copied. I can then easily paste that into my sketchbook for the project. If you have any concerns about drawing your door or your window or your screenshots for your sketchbook, please reach out and let me know. I am here to help. Otherwise, enjoy the process.